Okay, let's see what we have here today. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle Matters. Indeed, Healthy Lifestyle Matters. Welcome to another episode of Health Series. Here we encourage you to be your own doctor by living the healthiest of life as much as you can. So welcome to another episode of Health Talk. Hey, before I go into what brought us here today, if you don't know me, my name is Stephanie Agbonkwa, but I'm popularly known as Daughter of Zion. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. So today we're going to be talking about apple cider vinegar. In as much as apple cider vinegar is important, there are some dangers that we underestimate about apple cider vinegar, and I'm gonna list out some of them. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about the dangers of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so the question is, how is it harmful? So I'm gonna talk about that today. So like I said, on this channel I encourage everybody to be their own doctor by living the healthiest life possible that they can, to ensure that they are healthy in all dimensions and in all aspects. So today we're gonna be talking about the dangers of apple cider vinegar. How is apple cider vinegar harmful? We all know the good stuff, the good blah 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 about apple cider vinegar. Now let's talk about the harmful part of it when it is not properly used. So today we're gonna be talking about the dangers of apple cider vinegar. How is it harmful? So the first question I want to ask is, how are you using apple cider vinegar? Is it for weight loss? Some people use apple cider vinegar for weight loss. Is it for cooking? Some people do cook with apple cider vinegar. Or what have you? What do you use apple cider vinegar for? Okay, so yeah, some people use it for something else. You can leave it in the comment section below. Let me hear, or let me learn what you use apple cider vinegar for. So harmful dangers of apple cider vinegar. Yes. So the number one dangers of apple cider vinegar is that it can ruin the enamel on our teeth when you consume too much, because for a fact it is an acidic product. That is what a lot of people don't know. Okay, apple cider vinegar can ruin the enamel on our teeth when you consume it too much. Excessive consumption of apple cider vinegar can ruin the enamel on our teeth, because for a fact it is an acidic product. That is, it is contaminated or contains a lot of acid in it. Yes, apple cider vinegar has a lot of acid in it, so we should bear in mind when consuming it and make sure we consuming it in moderation. Yeah, so the very first point that we have here as dangers of excessive consumption of apple cider vinegar is that it can ruin the enamel on our teeth. When you consume too much of apple cider vinegar, it can distort the enamel on our teeth, because for a fact it is acidic. We all know that, right? Apple cider vinegar is acidic. That is, it contains a lot of acid in it. So consuming it regularly, especially undiluted, you will damage the enamel of the teeth. I understand that it is good, don't get me twisted, right? Apple cider vinegar is good, but excessively consuming it regularly is not good for your teeth, especially. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it contains a lot of acid in it, so consuming it regularly, especially undiluted, you will damage the poorly white, which is not yet good. So we want to make sure that when we're living a healthy life, it goes along all the parts of our body, including our teeth. So excessive regular consumption of apple cider vinegar is going to ruin the enamel on your teeth, which is not good. So the next point that we have as harmful dangers of apple cider vinegar is that we're talking now about your skin. Okay, what effect does it have on your skin? It has an effect on your skin because some people use it for their skin, for acne and so many other reasons. But remember, this is acid, hence do not put acid on your skin because it can cause burns, irritation and many more, especially undiluted apple cider vinegar. Some people use apple cider vinegar as lotion And remember, this is acid we're talking about. Imagining you applying acid on your body, how does it feel? First of all, to some people, it irritates them, it gives them burns, what have you. So please, let's consume this product in a moderation. If you wanna feel comfortable putting it in your lotion or whatever be the case, because some people drop it in their lotion, but the quantity that they put in their lotion is too much. So what I'm trying to say is that if you must put it in your lotion, then the quantity should be minimal. That's what I'm trying to say. If you must put it in your lotion, then the quantity should be minimal. So it doesn't give you irritation, it doesn't irritate you, and also it doesn't burn your body, because remember, your body is very, very fragile. Whatever thing that goes there is going to burn it. Some people, it irritates them. So we want to bear that in mind when consuming apple cider vinegar. If you want to put it in your lotion, I'm not against you putting it in your lotion, because some people use it for acne. So if you want to put it in your lotion or your face for acne, bear in mind that it should be moderation and not excessively applying it on your face all the time. So watch out for that. So the third point is the dangers of excessive consumption of apple cider vinegar is that we are talking about digestive issues. Okay, so when it comes to digestive issues, some people take a couple of teaspoons of apple cider vinegar to help with indigestion. Also, some people seem to think that this works, but remember, because it is an acid, a lot of people actually worsen acid reflux symptoms by taking it routinely or regularly. I'm going to take this one all over, because this one is one of the most abused dangers when it comes to apple cider vinegar, when it comes to the consumption of apple cider vinegar. This particular point is so much exaggerated. It is so much exaggerated when it comes to these digestive issues. So how does apple cider vinegar got to do with digestive issues? When we talk about digestive issues, we're talking about the digestive system. So some people take a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to help with indigestion. Okay, some people seems to think that, or they seems to believe that this works. But remember, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but bear this in mind. Remember that because it is an acid, people forget about the acid part of it and just think, oh, apple cider vinegar is good for indigestion, and they take it, forgetting about the fact that it has an acid in it. Some people seems to think that this works, but remember, because it is an acid, a lot of people actually worsen acid reflux. Okay? By doing so, by taking apple cider vinegar for indigestion, a lot of people excessively consume it to an extent that it worsen their acid reflux. So please, let's not go that, especially the symptoms of acid reflux. Some of the symptoms are being worsened because of the consumption of excessive apple cider vinegar, which is not called for. Okay, some people seem to think that this works, but remember, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but remember, bear this in mind. Because it is an acid, a lot of people actually worsen acid reflux symptoms by taking it routinely or regularly. Like I said, taking it for indigestion is not bad, but excessively consumption of it regularly is what is bad, because it can actually worsen your signs and symptoms of acid reflux. So we don't want to solve one problem while worsening the situation of another. So the fourth dangers of apple cider vinegar when excessively consumed is that studies have shown that apple cider vinegar affects insulin levels. We all know that, right? Studies have shown that apple cider vinegar affects insulin levels and also to lower potassium level. So that is actually dangerous level, which is really a problem, especially if you are diabetic or other electrolyte abnormalities. So be cautious. I keep on telling everybody this. Everything is good, including water, whatever thing is good, everything is good. But when we abusively or excessively consume those things, they become now toxic to our body. Water is good, but do you know that excessive consumption of water is not so good? Let me start with water, because we all know, everybody says our body is made up of 98% of water. Good. We need that to keep our hormones and everything working. But please, let's not just jump into the fact that something is good and then we I don't want to say ignorantly, because that is why this message is, or this video is for. So that way you'll not be ignorant of it anymore. Okay. So let me take the fourth point all over again. Some of the dangers of excessively consuming apple cider vinegar regularly is that studies have shown that apple cider vinegar affect insulin levels and also to lower potassium level, which is actually dangerous level, which is really a problem, especially if you are diabetic, because you can be diabetic and your potassium level is very, very low due to the fact of due to excessive consumption of apple cider vinegar. So studies have shown that apple cider vinegar affect insulin levels and also to lower it lowers potassium level, which is actually dangerous level, which is really a problem, especially if you are a diabetic or having other electrolyte abnormalities. So be cautious about this. Please, let's consume apple cider vinegar in moderation. Please, 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 please. Let me just point this out. I'm not saying you should not, consume it, but just be cautious about the quantity you consume every day. Because I know we all have, wherever we get our resources from, we all know, we all own our body and decide what we do with it. But I am not saying that apple cider vinegar is bad. What I'm trying to say is that we should be cautious of the quantity that we consume every day, because some people consume it every day. So please, the consumption should be minimal. The quantity should be minimal, please. That's what we're trying to say. Oh, before rushing, I know some people will be saying, oh, I don't know what apple cider vinegar is. What is apple cider vinegar? What are you talking about? So let me now go to define what apple cider vinegar is, so that we will be on the same page. Yeah. So apple cider vinegar is the fermented juice from crushed apples and contains acetic acid and nutrients such as vitamin B and vitamin C. So apple cider vinegar is the fermented juice from crushed apples and contains acid and nutrients such as vitamin B and vitamin C. So that is apple cider vinegar. That is the definition of apple cider vinegar. Now, continuing from where we stopped, the dangers of excessively consuming apple cider vinegar regularly is that we talked about the fifth point. The fifth point now is throat burns. All right, throat burns because it has the potential to cause esophageal burns. When we talk about esophageal, we're talking about esophagus. Yeah, so apple cider vinegar has a tendency or the potential to cause esophagus burns. Let me put it that way, if that's gonna make it simple for you to understand. So please, because it has an acid in it, that's why it's the acid part of it that we are talking about these dangers when we excessively, consume it. So the fifth point here is that throat burns. It burns your throat when you consume it regularly or with a huge amount. Fifth point, throat burn because it has the potential to create esophageal burns. And then we go now to the 6 points. Some of the dangers of excessively consuming apple cider vinegar is that drug interaction. A lot of people, let me just point this out. A lot of people think that, I will tell people most of the times, if you are in any drug or you are under any drug, don't take things to be so simple the way you see it or the way you feel it might be. Because I tell you what, some of these drugs interact with some of the things we eat. Truth be told, some of the drugs and medication that we are on interact with the things we eat or drink. So that's what I'm saying. So the 6th point, we have drug interaction. Okay, so drug interactions such as diabetes medication, digoxin or lenoxin contain diuretics. They contain diuretics in the fact that person who is diabetic, diabetic, first of all, it means your sugar level is low. Let's start from there. Okay, when we talk about diabetics, we mean that your sugar level is high. That's why when you go to the doctor says, oh, this person is diabetic. It means, your sugar level is high, and we try to look for way to, reduce it. So now, when you are under medication for diabetics, please, if you must consume apple cider vinegar, talk to your doctor about it. And not just talking to your doctor, but also any other over-the-counter medication that you are on, it's preferable you talk to your doctor, because those drugs can interact with each other, and the effect is going to be on you and not the doctor. That is why open up to your doctor as much as you can, because if you don't tell them, they won't know. If you go to the hospital, the doctor says, oh, you are diabetic, or your sugar level is high, we're trying to cut all the sugary stuff you've been eating, or whatever be the case. Please, it's very, very important that you talk to your doctor about any over-the-counter medication that you are taking. You might, even if it's Tylenol, sometimes talk to them, because you might never know how far the interaction of two drugs can cause in your body, because you're going to be the one to feel it, or have the pain, or the consequences, or whatever be the case. So please, it is always advisable to talk to your doctor if you are on any medication. So drug interactions such as diabetes medication, you want to make sure that you talk to your doctor. If you are a diabetic and then you want to consume apple cider vinegar, talk to your doctor about it. And then the last point that we have on here is that be aware of allergies, because it might occur to some people. A lot of people have allergies. When it comes to apple cider vinegar or any other food stuff, some people are just so intolerant of certain food ingredients or products. So some people consume apple cider vinegar and they are okay with it. They don't mind. I mean, they are doing whatever they are doing and they don't have any allergies. But some people, when they consume it, they have allergies. So just be aware of allergies, that it might cause allergies to some people. And if you realize that, oh, apple cider vinegar, whenever you take it, you have these symptoms, you always feel like throwing up, you have throat irritation, or you don't feel normal after consuming, please talk to your doctor. Don't just minimize it. Nothing is to be minimized when it comes to your health. Some people feel like, oh, it's just, throat itching, I'll be fine. No, you don't know how far that throat itching can go. So it's very, very important that you talk to your doctor if you have any allergies, or it might be food, it might be drinks, it might be whatever surrounding, or whatever be the case. So just say it to your doctor. And please, that's all what I have for you guys today. But if you have any concern or any comments, you can leave it in the comment section below, please. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please, I urge you to do that and share the video, because if this is not important to you, it might be to somebody else. So please, let's stay tuned, and next week we're gonna do another more video. Please don't get me wrong, apple cider vinegar is good. It has some good benefits, but excessive consumption of this apple cider vinegar is what we are talking about now. That's what we term it, or we call it the dangers of excessively consuming apple cider vinegar regularly. It must not always be regularly, but if you take it in much quantity, it is much more the same like regularly. Because taking something regularly and then taking something once in a while, but in much quantity, is almost the same thing. So please, if you know you're consuming apple cider vinegar for weight loss, for cooking, for treatment of acne, or whatever be the case, I don't know, but please make sure that you're consuming it in moderation. The key point here is that we should consume it in moderation. Also, don't just feel like, oh, because this person takes apple cider vinegar, it works for that person, it might work for me. Remember, we are all different. Okay? So what works for you may not work for others. So if somebody uses apple cider vinegar to treat acne or for indigestion, sometimes it may probably not work for you. That is how the human system is. It varies. That is why when it comes to medicine or health, we don't say always. We don't say only, because those words are not applicable when it comes to science or when it comes to medicine, because people varies. They have different immune system. They have, their immune system, the way of interacting with other organs of the body is quite different from others. So please, don't use somebody else's framework to define yours. So it's good to try. And if you realize that you have taken any other medication, diabetes, diabetes is when your sugar is high and you're taking medication for diabetes and you want to take apple cider vinegar. It's important that you talk to your doctor about it so that the two drugs do not interact each other, because if the drugs interact each other, the consequences sometimes are way beyond what you expect or what you were thinking of. So please open up. Like I said, open up to your doctor. If you don't feel comfortable talking to your doctor about certain things, please change the doctor. I always tell people, the where you can get help is when you air out something. And who is this person? Your doctor. If you feel like, oh, whatever your doctor is doing, you don't feel comfortable with, or you don't feel that, openness, that welcome spirit, or whatever be the case, to open up to him or her, then you're free to change it. But just make sure you're talking to somebody. You're not just into it by yourself. So guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you find this video interesting. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and please remember to share. Your girl is loyal. Thank you guys for subscribing. Bye.